My friends, I thought I would share a bit of an uplifting story today. I had done a video last April about the hardest working little lawnmower that I've ever owned in my life. It's a little Troy-bilt that I bought for like $169, $159, something like that back in 2010. So it is an old mower. I have beat it to death. I've only changed the oil in it one time. I've got the video went out last April where I just showed how I've abused it over the years, and it still just keeps on taking a licking and going and just continually performing in some of the roughest situations. I just use it for, seriously, it should just fall apart the way I've treated this lawnmower. And yeah, I mean, I have a nice riding lawnmower that I take care of now, and I have a Husqvarna that pulls itself, push mower. So anyway, long story short, about August of last year, my doctor friend, his name's Dr. Tom Meek, and I'm gonna maybe put a video at the end of this so you see who Tom is, maybe a video I've never shared before where he talks about healthy eating or something. But Tom called me up and asked me if he could borrow a lawnmower. Actually said, could I have a lawnmower? And he's from Southern Ohio, North Carolina. When someone says, can I have one, you think they're asking you to give them one, right? So maybe it's different the way we communicate or something. So anyway, I thought, oh, he wants to borrow it. So I took the lawnmower over to him. I said, I got my old beat up mower that I just use for just, any old thing. And I'd cut over weeds and rocks and knots and stumps and everything with it. And he said, it's okay. He said, my lawnmower's in the shop. And he has like 5.5, 6 acres of open land. He has a 50-acre farm, but at least a tenth of it is just grass that he has to mow. And Tom's a very fit guy that, works out and is very health conscious. So he said he's gonna use his push mower to mow over his yard, which is also on a slope, a lot of it. So I said, more power to you. So I go over. Sure enough, the way he talks, I thought he's gonna keep the lawnmower. That was my impression. I remember driving away and thinking, well, Tom's an awesome doctor. He's a good friend. He's my personal doctor. He's helped me a lot with my health. I have no problem with if he wants to take that mower and keep it, that is fine. It's an old mower, but boy, it's been good. And for sentimental reasons, I didn't want to give it up. So yesterday, he comes back to my house. Now, he's been up here before, but it's been 6, 8 months now since he's had the lawnmower. And I came and says, Tony, I got a present for you. And so I come out and I look, and here is the lawnmower. Now folks, I'm going to put before and after images of what this thing looked like when I gave it to him. Like I say, I hadn't done nothing but abuse this lawnmower for 10 years. And it looks beautiful now. When he showed it to me, I said, Tom, did you buy me a new mower? He goes, no, that's yours. And so of course I know people pressure wash lawnmowers and baby them and keep them clean and everything. And Tom is topped off. He had the oil changed, and he had it, it's topped off with gas. It's perfect, and you can see it's got a little bit of beat up here where I've just been rough on it over the years. But that is, to me, that was just super impressive. That's what friends do, isn't it? Like a real true friend. So yeah, I misunderstood him. He did not want to take my lawnmower. He just wanted to borrow one and use it till he got his back, and then he's blessed me. And so I'm going to give a shout out to who did this work here too. Looks like the invoice was from Burke Outdoor, 418 West Fleming Drive, Morganton, North Carolina. Phone number 828-433-0158. And they didn't charge a lot. It's like they charged $66 for the various things that they did. And but still, yet, so it's a mower that's worth a lot to me. I mean, just like I say, when I first bought this house, this was the first thing I bought. We had it was a terrible old mower that the people that sold me the house had left behind. And so I knew I needed a mower. I think I might have bought this at Walmart. I might have bought it at Lowe's. I cannot even remember now. I just know it was 2010. And I mowed maybe 3 or 4 times that fall with it. And then for the next about 4 years, I mowed every bit of this all the time. Now I've got about, I don't know, a little over an acre here. The house sits on a good portion of it, but it's all on hills. It's tough. There used to be a whole lot of like vines, stuff like that, stuff right over there. It was over here, and I trimmed as much of it as I could up. So it was all over that, and I ended up chewing it all up with that little mower. And I have put that little mower through so much crap, it's unbelievable. So there we go. It has a facelift, the 21-inch Troy-bilt push mower from 2010. 190 cc, 6.75 foot-pounds gross torque. Okay, That has been a monster little Briggs & Stratton engine on it. Monster little mower. Again, just a feel-good story that makes me feel good. Happy spring. Spring's right around the bend. It's my favorite time of the year. I don't like it when it gets really hot, but I love the spring. I love when everything starts to green up. I love the fall when everything starts to turn all orange and red and golden. So those are my two favorite times of the year. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.
I'm Dr. Tom Meek. I work at the Blue Ridge Family Medicine Residency. I've been here about 5 years. And I'm pretty passionate about the importance of nutrition as it applies to people's health. There's a quote out there, I think it was first said by an author named Michael Pollan, and he said, eat whole foods, mostly plants, not too much. And so what is so coincidental about that is I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow for one of my patients. She's going to be 92 years old. And I asked her, I said, she's spry, she works in a garden. And I said, Ruth, what's your secret to success? And she says, beans and cornbread. Easy on the cornbread. So she's saying the same thing. So the power of a plant-based diet, it's important. Not only is it important, I would go so far to say is that it's vital. And what I mean by that is there's a vital impact on your health. If you don't have a cornerstone of adequate nutrition in the form of fruits and vegetables, a lot of people will get sick in the form of hyperglycemia, hyperlipidemia, overweight, obesity, diabetes. So it's important. And putting in place a plant-based diet can reverse those conditions or put them in remission. As early as kindergarten, you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. We're taught to eat our veggies before we start school. So it's common knowledge. We learn it in health class. But why isn't it more widely promoted? I think it's the power of marketing. If you watch television, we're inundated by direct marketing for pharmaceuticals. Talk to your doctor about this medication for this condition. We don't see the United States Carrot Farmers of America saying, talk to your doctor about the power of, you know, increased carotene in your diet. So I think that's a big part of it. Joel Fuhrman, who's written a lot of books on this subject, one of my favorites is called Eat to Live. He has a formula. It's really basic, but it sums it up. The formula is health is equal to nutrients divided by calories. And so if the top number is really high, lots of nutrients, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, lots of fiber, and the bottom number is really small, relatively low calories, then you're going to have a high overall number, that you'll have high improved health. So any portion size of you know, a banana, an apple, a serving of most vegetables is 100 or 200 calories, pretty standard, pretty consistent. Versus if you eat pizza, popsicles, cookies, candy bars, that is reversed. So the nutritional value is very low. There's not any fiber in a lot of cases. There's a lot less minerals and vitamins, and a lot less overall nutrition, but a lot of calories. So that turns into a fraction of the health. Another thing, what are limiting factors about getting the word out? You know, why aren't more people gravitating to or medically directed towards nutrition? And a lot of times it comes up to be a financial issue. Bad food is cheap. You can get a burger for $1. You can get a big gulp for $1. But fresh produce is typically several dollars. And so there are some places in our country that have started to impose a bad food tax, essentially, putting tax on foods that are high in sugars or salt or fat. And the idea being, if there are things that we recognize from a health standpoint that negatively impact people's health, make patients sick, like tobacco and alcohol, those things are taxed. But bad food isn't, so it's access, and it's yummy, and it's readily available. And, you know, unfortunately, the amount of available information, it's just not there, and it's not there. I think we as physicians do a pretty bad job of promoting the power of nutrition. We're quick to write prescriptions and send people to specialists to have interventions done. But the goal in primary care is not intervention, but prevention. I have been practicing medicine for more than 10 years, and I'm just now getting to a point where it's starting to crystallize for me. The vital importance of nutritional therapy, nutrition as medicine. In a lot of cases, in a lot of diseases that I treat, those standard ones, hypertension, blood pressure, cholesterol, we prescribe medications, but that does not reverse or cause the disease to go into remission, whereas nutrition has the power to do that in a lot of cases. The social stigma of being plant-based or vegetarian or vegan, you know, a lot of people think of that as a little bit out there, maybe hippy-dippy, granola, tree hugger, however you want to look at it. But that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And a lot of people have a stigma of eating rabbit food or eating twigs and berries. And so that's definitely a hurdle to overcome, but you don't have to completely eat nothing but plants. You know, the idea is don't eat meat every day. Don't eat meat and dairy and high fatty foods every day. Just minimize it as a start. That's, you know, the start being, you know, the goal being to minimize it from your diet and work from there.